Right. Hello, 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 everybody. Guess whose grocery delivery arrived just as I hit go live? So sorry about the delay in starting. I was not expecting that to arrive bang on, and I should have known. It's always the way. Right. What are we doing? I think music needs to go down ever so slightly because I'm yelling to go on top of it, and we don't always yell. Let me know if that's not balanced. I have not done any of my usual stuff. Let's just go here for a minute. Hi everybody, happy Matariki. I can see we've got a Chai and a Cassie on Twitch. Cassie's stuck at work, damn, but that's okay. It is very cold this morning, Chai. Then on YouTube, we have Mandy and Rosalind. Hello, hello. Right, what have I got left to do? Sorry, I'm a little flustered now. I have like a normal routine when I hit go live, and it just threw me out all of a sudden. But I should have known. I had a feeling to go live at 10, not 9:30. Should have known the groceries were coming. But they're done. They're away. Right, we need a colouring book. We need... catch our breath. I need to not knock the microphone, hopefully. We need to take a picture. And I haven't even done my Instagram post to be like, I'm live. Yeah, they sent a message 1 minute before the groceries arrived, and I didn't even get a note to say I didn't even get the message. So we don't normally order grocery delivery. We're normally people who go to the supermarket and shop. But because of my surgery, we can't do that right now. I can't drive. I'm not allowed to drive for at least a couple of weeks until I can safely, basically emergency stop. So we had to do a grocery delivery. I'm also not allowed to lift, so poor mum had to move all the groceries in, and then I could like unpack and put 1 or 2 items away. Do an item at a time, but normally I'm the lifter as well, but I can't lift right now. So yeah. My fingers are so cold. It is a very cold day. It's also Matariki. Instagram. I think Instagram's broken. There we go. It's like, why aren't you letting me put the links? Not that I don't know how many people see the story, but I mean, I can find out, but you know. Okay. So, yes, it is Matariki, and it is also Friday. I am trying to make Friday regular stream days again, so that's the reason why we're live today. I'm sorry it's now 10 minutes in and we're just starting. This is what should have been. Anyway, let's carry on now. So let's go to the art screen. I haven't even opened up my bot. My goodness. I am all over the place. But yes, we're going to carry on with Neko, Story of Precious Cats. Log in, please. Don't tell me you're having issues as well. Why is everything having an issue today? Okay. That's all good, and project should still be the same from last time we streamed. So yes, I am just under 1 week. Tomorrow will be 1 week post-op. We're doing pretty good considering. I am a little sore today, but we've just been going slow. I'm also due pain meds, so we'll take those before we begin. Med check. Med reminder, everybody. Have you taken your meds? Hi, Yana, hello, hello. Yeah, the post-op has been absolutely fine. I've been doing pretty well considering. Again, the biggest things is I'm just not allowed to lift, and that proves a challenge sometimes. I also am I can't really bend, so I can't bend down to pick stuff up, which is very, very tricky because there's a lot of stuff that I don't think about. But the pain is pretty minimal and we're coping, which is amazing. So, ooh, even a simple thing like trying to pick these up off the floor. Oh, right. So I hope we're all doing well out there today. We're going to carry on with our precious cats. So far we've been working in Inktense to start on this page. We may, we'll be coming in with some pencils later on to add a bit more shading and stuff. But right now I'm just trying to get base layers down. So I think I'm going to start back here because I know I want to do this like red bricks. I thought about doing it also more of the grey tone, but I just feel like it's going to be a lot of this browny grey. So I think bringing in some red brickwork might be a bit nice for back here. And we'll still bring in some of the browns that we've used to keep it cohesive. So I still have all my pencils here that we used last time. Close that one. I can keep that one. Right, I feel like I'm all sorted now. Whew. So we don't want deep violet, we don't want crimson, we don't want teal, possibly Sicilian yellow, possibly storm dust, not purple, burnt umber maybe, oak maybe, natural grey maybe, not iris blue, asphalt, tan, and saddle brown. Right, so those are the colours that we have pulled out that are in the potential brick colours. We did use some of them for the bricks already. So I know I'm going to have to pull some more reddy colours. I'm going to remove Sicilian yellow. I don't think that's right. I'm going to remove oak. And I'm going to remove all our greys. Burnt umber might be too dark. Saddle brown can definitely be used. I think I'm going to remove tan as well. Or do we? No, we will keep the tan because that'll emphasize the tan that's down there. I'm going to remove burnt umber for now. I may add that back in. But right now we've got tan and saddle brown, and I think we're going to bring in red oxide and madder brown. I think those two colours. I have audio by the way, but can't chat too often today. That's okay, Cassie. I know you're working. I appreciate you being here, and I hope work is going really, really quickly, but not in that like stressful way. It's just, you know, blink and it's done kind of mood. Alright, so I said we're going to pull out red oxide and madder brown, which is the two that I've got there. Red oxide is going to be our main, obviously. It's a very good red brick colour. So, same idea as before for my bricks. If you saw last time, we just start colouring in sections. I'm starting with tan. At least there's not as much brick as when we did all the ground stone, because that was definitely a lot of stone. Right, so this is where the line work is mucked up a bit. So that is meant to be... Yeah, because that lines out with the back. That, I wasn't meant to colour on that. It's okay, we'll clean that up later. Gets a bit messy around that. Then we'll take our saddle brown. So yeah, I figured I'd do a bit of this. I did also think about pulling out the Matariki colouring book, because it is Matariki. But I might in future, like I might do one of those tonight just for me, or if I get a bit over this, I might pull it out and colour in the Matariki colouring book. So if you're not sure what Matariki is, it is essentially Māori New Year. That is a very simplified way to explain it. It is when the cluster of stars, which is also known as the Pleiades, when that becomes visible in the sky, and it was a sign of the change of the year for Māori people. It's a time of reflection of the time past. It's a time of acknowledging those that have gone in the past year, and it was thought that their spirits moved on this time of year. And it's basically a time of reflection and celebration, the end of harvest season, the coming of the future harvest seasons. Yeah, so there's a lot of meaning behind it. So we may end up pulling out the Matariki colouring book as well, and doing a page in that a bit later on if I feel up to it. Of course, it depends on how I'm feeling, but it would be nice. I can never spell that cluster of stars, but I've seen them through a telescope and they're gorgeous. Yeah, I would love to see them. I learned today, because I was reading up on Matariki and just being like, oh, I'm going to try and learn a little bit about it. So I learned today Matariki actually means little eyes. And it's a cluster, it's thought to be the cluster of eyes of the seven sisters of Matariki. Because, I can't remember the deity's name, but it's to do with the mother and father. One of them, I think mother is Neko. I can't remember father, but there was something fighting between them, and so like one of the gods cast their eyes out of the siblings or something. I'm not reciting this very clearly. I should actually pull it up. But yeah, Matariki means little eyes, and there's 7 stars in the Matariki cluster, and they each represent a different deity, basically. Hi, Ambient. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Kia ora. Oh, that wind. It was meant to die down, but it's still going pretty strongly. Yeah, so I know in the 1 year, I think it was 2 years ago, that we did a Matariki stream, and I coloured Pahudakawa, which is one of the Matariki stars. She's the guide of the spirits passed over the year. So we coloured Pahudakawa on stream, and I still love that page, but it's like, I should colour another one. The usual, I should. There should be some down there. Erica, hello. I think you're back into chat. Hello, lovely. Page is looking great. Thank you. We're working on a lovely book called Story of Precious Cats. And it follows 2 sister cats and their younger brother through all sorts of adventures and their friend. And so yeah, here one of the older sisters is giving the little baby cat some ice cream. I love it. I think it's such a cute little book. It's got all sorts of fun pages. One of my favourite spreads is them pretending to be pirates. I just think such a fun book. All good, enjoy your lurk, both Mandy and Ambient. We love a good old lurk here. Sometimes it's just, I find I get stuff done when I sometimes lurk in a stream as well. It's like co-working in a way. Love, yeah. It's such a cute book. It's one of my favourites. For a reason. Oh, Chai, I know you're lurking, but I ended up buying that Spirit City co-working thing. It's such a cute little thing. And it's so good. We had it going in the Discord hang. Well, in my Discord when a few of us were hanging out and we were using it, and its timer functions to do 30 minutes of work and then have our 5-minute break. Swedish Geek Girl and Jeanette, hello, kia ora. Welcome in, lovelies. How are we going? So, we're a little high up. So once again, we're going to now activate our Inktense, and we're going to use the ... method. But what that does is it creates texture like we've done with the stones down here, and it creates the effect of it being bricks without us having to do much work, which, you know, I'm all for anything that makes life a bit easier. So by dotting it in, we'll create that brick texture. We won't have to do any work with pencils except for if we want to darken any edges. Oi, 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 excuse me. And I immediately start yawning. It's because I'm getting relaxed now. We're in our happy place. We're creating. The other thing I can carry on with is I've got some original art that I've been working on. You ended up getting it too, Rosalind. I remember just before the sale finished. Fantastic. Yeah, I really love doing that co-working stream with Spirit City the other day. Yeah, I'm curious to see if the music would also be could be played on YouTube without getting copyright stung because you're playing it through the game. Like you can do it on Twitch because you're playing the game. Yeah. Is the dotting texture the same as stippling? Kind of. Yeah, so stippling, you would, like, when you would, instead of colouring, like, however you want to colour, you would dot with the pencil to create the shading. I've coloured with the pencil directly, and now I'm activating it, but rather than activating it and trying to activate it in a smooth way, I'm activating it with the dots to create texture. And I'll zoom you in so you can see the texture. So it's it's the same idea as stippling, but it does have a slightly different look because of the fact that I'm using water activated material. So you can see here that it's got quite a bit of texture in there. It's not a smooth activation. If I was to I'll give you a direct example here. So if I was to try and smoothly activate something, would have a more flat wash of colour, or maybe a bit of a smooth gradient. Whereas what I'm doing is dotting in there, and it creates variation because I'm not trying to activate smoothly, so it creates a texture and variance in the colour. Hopefully that makes it a bit clearer. And then because we've got that variance in colour and that variance in texture, it reads as bricks. Yeah. It's one of my favourite ways to do bricks and stonework, and Things like that. Takes a little longer to activate because of course you're going dot 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 instead of just, but it's worth the texture. Looks very nice. Thank you so much, Swedish Greek girl. Hope you're having a good day so far. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. As I said, it is Matariki. It is a public holiday here in Aotearoa. Your hello got blocked by filters? I don't have any held messages, so that's intriguing. Because normally if it holds it, it lets me know that something's being held. What the heck, YouTube? And then it let other things through last time that were like, absolutely no. I don't know. I don't know, Nif, but hello, hello. And when I wander, I find hello, hello as well. Maybe just internet funnies. Maybe. Maybe. I hope everyone's doing well today. Trying to keep warm, I tell you. That's probably the biggest thing today, keeping warm. We're on the Pokemon playlist today. I really like this one. It feels like very joyful. Very true, Chai. Very true. It's been a nice sunny Thursday. Now it's time for some colouring and string before bed. Perfect. It's, of course, Friday morning here in Aotearoa. It's a crisp, wintry day. I can see the mountain through the window and the snow is thick and white and down low on the Maunga. Which also explains why the wind is so icy cold. Hence, also, blanket hoodie. This is a full length one, so it's quite good. I've been living in it post-surgery. I hear you, it's cold here in Australia. Yeah, it's cold there too, Cassie. Yeah, it's definitely a bit chilly here. We were talking before, me and Mum, because there's a market on, and we're like, oh, the market in this wind? No thank you. We've done that before. Back when Mum used to do markets. Not anymore. I don't know why I started here. There's a whole section over there to start with, Amy, but oh well. Do you live on the North or the South Island? I live in the North Island. So it's a little warmer here than those in the South Island, I think, because they get even colder down there. No snow down here for me. Guess it sort of migrated landward and northward. That's true, Shy. I got my thermals on at work today. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it must be cold. all us southern hemispheres being like, it's so cold. And then I keep hearing news about the northern hemisphere and it's like heat wave, heat wave, heat wave. Oh. Hello, Lucy. Welcome in. Kia ora. Oh, sorry. Oh, that was a really big yawn too. Out of nowhere. I did get sleep last night. I promise. I got lots of good sleep. Am I hearing pathetic meows? I am. If you want up, you have to put yourself up. You know this. I can't lift you right now. Yeah, you have to come up yourself. I can't lift you. You're too heavy. You're too chunk. You can come up. You just have to come up by yourself. Just lurking, trying to fall asleep. I hope you find your rest soon. It's very important. Can't decide what to get for dinner. Hard choice. We have some leftover chicken stir fry. And I just have to figure out lunch at some point, but it'll just be something easy. Yes, hello. I know, it's a coming. We're just zooming you out. Let me open them first, mister. For anyone that has not met this delightful little annoyance before, this is Shadow. I just gave him way too many treats. You need to learn to slow down eating them. You eat them too fast. One at a time, mister. Nice and slowly. Take your time. Make him last. Finish your other one first. It's like, more, more, more. Hello, Chris. Hello, hello. Oh, look, he's just trying to pour them all now. He's like, why are you hoarding these? They're mine. I'm sorry then. You have them all. You scoff them down and then go mad because you've run out of treats. Shadow is so cute. Oh, he is. He's a bit of an annoying little pain sometimes, but he's very cute. He was so restless yesterday because of the wind. No, not in the paint water. You know you're not allowed to drink the paint water. He did drink paint water yesterday before I realised. Oh, don't knock my microphone off, please. You little troublemaker. Sorry, there was probably a very loud ding there because he knocked the microphone. Hey, hey, you little troublemaker. Right, what are we going to do with you now? Hey? You can't stay up here on the desk. You're just going to keep rubbing yourself over my microphone. I swear one day you're going to break my microphone doing that. Look at all your drool on the desk. Do you want down? More like a muted clunk? Okay, that's not so bad. Speaking of microphones, which microphone do you use? I currently use a Blue Snowball. I do want to upgrade to a Blue Yeti. And if I was to replace, I would go for a Blue Yeti over a Blue Snowball. just because I want their ability to boost myself and have more... Ah! Jeez, Shadow. It's him knocking the camera. More control over my voice. But the snowball works for now, and I don't have the funds to replace it with a Yeti, but one day I would like to replace it with a Yeti. Shadow is an all black cat, almost all black. He has a little tuft under his neck that is white. I can't really pick him up to show you. Yeah. But yeah, he's got like a little white tuft under here, and then he's got a little white tuft under here as well. Yeah. Are you familiar with Paula Brune's books? I just ordered her newest Japanese garden. I've seen a flip of it. It looks gorgeous. I do have 3 of her books. And yeah, it looks really delightful. And I love like learning about Japanese culture. So no, don't drink the paint water. So yeah, I would very much like to get my hands on it, but again, it's funds. I'm trying right now. I don't have a lot of funds, so yeah, there's a lot of books I would love to get, but it's just funds, and you know, it's okay. It's not like I don't have 101 other things to colour. Don't always need the newest, as much as we like the shinies. You are just chaos incarnate today. You're just knocking everything over. You can't stay here on the desk, you know. And I know there's not enough room for you elsewhere for you to go and nest up. And I'm sorry. But you have a big blankie in the lounge. That's like the 4th time your tail has hit my camera. And just don't knock anything over. Yeah, I used a snowball for the first few years, and now a USB microphone, which isn't always great. Yeah, so that's the issue I have with mine. He's in the paint water again. Jeez. You are not allowed to drink the paint water. You know this. He freaking loves paint water. The more ink tints I have in it, the better. Right, are you ready to go down? He's wanting bed cuddles again. He is. He's very much like, why are you not in bed? Why are we not in bed? He's cold and he's wanting me to go to bed. He's very, like, Dr. Shadow is very onto it with Amy, go to bed, Amy, go to bed. Yesterday, I went to bed just to shut him up from his meowing, because he was meowing non-stop. Stop drinking the paint water! Bloody hell, cat! I will kick you off this desk. I will risk my stitches, and I will put you off this desk. You are not allowed the paint water. You are trouble. You are absolute trouble. You know that? He's very similar to my cat, but mine is more white. But yeah, dark brown shade. Yeah, Shadow likes to sleep in the sun, so he gets very sun bleached. A cat mischievous Merlin has just turned up. Oh no. Walked all over my books and is demanding his breakfast. They're very demanding, aren't they? He really likes that paint water. He really does. And I don't like him drinking from it because it's full of, like, it's not clean water. It's also full of glitter, and I don't think Inktense residue is good for him to drink. So that's going up on the windowsill now. You can't drink it at all. Right. Are you done? Can I have my desk back? I'm sorry. I can't lift you. I can't put you on my shoulder. He's jumping off the desk. There we go. There we go. We have our desk back. We have our paint water back. Bloody hell. I love him. He's just... His love of dirty paint water is just not cool. In the meantime, our bricks dried, so I suppose that's something. It was just forcing us to have a break. if he's determined enough, he could still climb up to the windowsill. He could. The windowsill is very full of stuff, though, so there's nowhere for him to really nest up there. But he does like... In summer, I try to leave the windowsill clear because I have a window right there. And I can open it up, and the sills are really deep, but also there's like a little bit outside the window that's quite deep, which he likes to go and sit on, which is terrifying because he's essentially sitting outside the window, but it's wide enough that he can actually sit on it and watch the birds, and he really likes sitting up there in summer. So in summer, I try to make sure that my windowsill is completely clear so he can jump up in there, but in winter, it's not. It's full of stuff. I basically just need to clear off my desk. It's just full of stuff. But I can't do that right now because I can't lift in bed. So, yeah. Should have done it pre-surgery. Then again, we didn't know we were having surgery. So, you know. I can't prep for these things if I don't know that they're going to happen. Right. Back in place. I might zoom out just a little bit. Right, so now we've got our red brick in. I think I might do some of the green, because I think bringing in some green is going to help as well. So we have this style leaf, which is very similar to that style leaf. That's a different style leaf. That's a different style leaf. And then we've got a little bit of greenery on here as well. I need to do... Actually, before we do anything, we're going to do the tail. Because I missed this cat's tail. So we're just going to quickly whip out that tail. Because that will not take long. I just need the 3 colours. Here we go. Because it's just... Oak is next. And then a little bit of our grey. I have a preset colour palette for the kitties, so that definitely makes that section a bit easier. Clear all that. Perfect. Right, let's look at greens. So I know I want to do some bright... I know I'm going to use some blue on the tables. I'm going to do a little bit of yellow for these flowers down here. So I want to make sure I bring in more yellowy green around the page as well. So I think we'll do a more bright yellowy green for this one. So I'm thinking some felt green. Which is 1530. And then we're going to pull out a little bit of lime green, which is 1535. Then we need a real dark. So I think I'll pull out Ionian. Oh, Ionian green, or do we bring in... I think we'll bring in a brown, actually. Where's my dark umber? I know I've got you in here. Burnt umber. Right, do I swap lime green for Sicilian and keep that resolved around? I think I might do that. Let's use a colour we've already got pulled. So let's pull out Sicilian and do that as a gradient. Kim, hello, hello, kia ora. Welcome in. Alright, I have to do something I really don't like to do all that much, but I actually have to sharpen this pencil. Don't like sharpening the ink tints, but every once in a while you got to. Alright, so we're going to use a little bit of brown in the center. Center and more towards the bottom. How are you going today, Kim? I hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's doing well. Remember to have a little bit of a stretch and a little bit of water if you haven't already. We like a bit of self-care around here. So before we'll do the green, we'll do our yellow edge. Because we'll just go over everything with the green. So good, Cassie. You got to work hard to get those cards, to get those Pokemon cards. I was watching, I don't know, I guess I ended up on it after watching your Pokemon stream. But I ended up on, in my feed of shorts, there ended up being a whole bunch of Pokemon card collectors showing off, like, their collections. And I was seeing, you know, the regular... What I was impressed by was the people who had more, like, eclectic collections. Where it was, like, they were collecting a certain type of card and they had all these beautiful displays and it was like, I could see really getting into this. Like, I get it. I so get it, Cassie. I just don't have funds. There is no way. Like, I don't have spare funds each week. I can't. But I get it. I get it so badly. After seeing those, I was like, yep. I fully understand, Cassie. I need to stop buying them. I'm too poor. They're so pretty, though. Oh, there's a rock area that we missed, so I'll just pull a little bit of grey out. Put that in there. You know, I have all my washi tapes out. Maybe we'll pull out some washi for the dress and give her a bit of a floral print dress. I think that would look really, really cute, actually. Either the dress or the apron. I'm back. One happy cat now eating his breakfast. Perfect. You gotta keep the babies happy. Heaven forbid that they be grumpy. So with these leaves, I'm starting by activating at the yellow end and then merging it down to the darker brown so that it'll have a bit of a gradient and the gradient won't get washed out. It's a very subtle gradient. I'll probably still have to come in with pencils and add in shadows, but at least there's a bit of tone variance on the leaves, which is what I'm after. Right, gonna have a little walk out in the sunshine. All good, Shy. That's very, very smart of you. I love hearing that you're self-caring as well. Enjoy your little walk. I need to do that at some stage too, probably. At least try to see if I can go to, like, the letterbox or something. I haven't really tried walking about too far yet. I couldn't decide what to collect, but I've landed on collecting my favourite Pokemon, my friend's fave. So if you have one, let me know and I can work on a page for you. Oh! See, I do like Eevee in all the evolutions. I like the fact that Eevee can change into so much, but I know that's kind of cliche. Yeah, it's hard to have one dedicated favorite. I should boot up my Pokemon game. It's been a while since I played it. My Pokemon Violet, and find the name of the fairy one that I was playing for ages. There's one particular fairy that I absolutely loved, and it was my go-to Pokemon. It was my absolute favorite. I wonder how the Nibblings would go with Pokemon. Maybe one day. I'm such a Gen 1. Like, I know my Gen 1s, and then that's about it. I'm a fake fan. I do like my water ones as well. I do love Squirtle. Squirtle it was always my starter. Because Squirtle! Oh, crack. Oh, I tell you, my stomach looks like a horse has kicked me in the stomach. It's so bruised. But it will heal. Okay, perfect. So now I want like a darker green. I think I might use the teal green of the kitty cat, but then also some iron green and make a bit more of a darker bluey green. And we'll use that for this little plant up here. So I just need to pull out iron green, which is probably that one there. Yep. Oh. Worth it for that terrible pain to be gone. So worth it. So worth it. I'm so happy it happened. And I'm even more happy the fact that it didn't cancel my dental surgery as far as we know. So yeah, all that's still going ahead. I have a consult, not this Monday coming, but the following Monday. And then the Friday of that week, I also have an anaesthetist consult. So that at those 2 points, they can also go, no, we're going to delay it. But yeah, that's my hope, because I have to go under general for my dental procedure as well. My oral surgery. So yeah, so 3 weeks time and then we're back under. But worth that as well. So to go from expecting to have to wait several years for everything to 2 of the procedures being done in a month is just an absolute mind trip. Eevee is a good choice though, yeah. And Eevee art is usually very, very cute as well. Alright, same thing here. We start by activating the light and bringing it down to the dark. And I'm just using the leftover on my brush to do the stem as well. This is a bit that takes time. It's all the little bits, all these little colour changes and bits and pieces. Oh, I just remembered I've got Macintoshes. I could have a caramel. Got them delivered with the groceries. As well as some Coke. No caffeine. I am still going with my no caffeine. Well, I did have one caffeinated coffee in hospital because they didn't have decaf and I really wanted a coffee. But other than that, we're still decaf. All the way. Still going well. What's everyone working on? That's a fantastic question, Kim. What is everyone working on? I should also have Instagram and Discord open in case any of you want to send through art tags. Get all that opened up. Art tags for stream in the Discord as well. Itchy, itchy, itchy. Okay, cool. So I like that. I think that looks really nice. I think we want to take that same iron green and do a slightly different green down here, but still darker. In fact, I might look at the beach green. Or maybe I just do Ionian and we go for a really dark. Yeah, because I'm going to have the yellow there. So if I go Ionian, then we'll have that really dark green for the leaves and the yellow flowers will really pop. I just started a new page in Floral Haiku by Ellie Marks. Ooh, that sounds delightful. Ellie Marks, I think, is does a bunch of bookmarks too, doesn't she? I feel like that's the name of the one that I've got all the bookmarks of. I'm working on a page in The Beauty of Horror Volume 3, Haunted Playgrounds by Ella Roberts. Perfect. You just finished a double page in Worlds Within Worlds. Well done, Yana. And you just started a page in Botanica by Maria Troyal. Oh, gorgeous choices. Gorgeous, gorgeous choices. You've got to head off, Erica? No worries. Lovely to have you here. I'm so glad that you're able to chat in the streams again as well. That's exciting. That is wonderful seeing you, hun. And I'm sure I'll talk to you later. Have a wonderful Matariki. You never know, I might still be going by the time you get back. Pauline Art Stuff. Hello, hello. If you are not already following Pauline and on YouTube, you should if you really like this book, because Pauline actually puts up a colour along every month for this book and is also doing this page because it's the group page for the little group that I run, but Pauline's like actually up to date, even more ahead of me of it, because I also run a hashtag for it. It's so good. So yeah, check it out if you want some ideas on how to colour this book. It's so gorgeous. Almost finished a page in Fairy Tales and Folklore. Oh, that's lovely. Well done, Jeanette. Right, what am I starting with? Iron green. Iron green. And this one, we've got to be quite a bit more careful because the leaves do be tiny. And we don't really want to get the green where the flowers would be. Yeah, I had so many choices for what to colour today. I was like, we can keep working on our kitties, which is what I ended up with because that's what I felt like. But I also was like, I want to pull out Fragile Worlds. I've got a few Kirby's that I'm working on, and I also thought about doing an Alien Worlds page. And then I've had a new idea for my 30 Days of Creativity book. So I was like, ooh, I could pull out that one too, and I could do this, and it's Matariki, so you could pull out the Matariki coloring book. And this is why I want to be an octopus and be able to, like, color in 8 pages at once. What did your title mean? Mānawatia Matariki? It means Happy Matariki. Or Matariki is Moldy New Year for ease of description. It's a little bit more than just New Year, but yeah, the easiest thing to call it is New Year. So yeah, it's basically saying Happy Moldy New Year. Because it's Matariki here in Aotearoa. I need to get the Precious Cats colouring book. Wanted it for years, but planning on doing a little order from Japan in the fall. That sounds perfect. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous book. It's one of my favourites. Alright, I think I've got all the leaves. I'm sure we'll find out if I've missed any. And so very, very carefully activating all these delightful little leaves. I love little areas, not really. Yeah, it is really interesting. So for Matariki, the date isn't set every year. It's not the same date. It is around mid-year, but it's when the Matariki star cluster, which is the Pleiades, when the 7-star cluster is visible in the sky. So that is the date of Matariki, and each of the 7 stars represents different deities. So Matariki is also a name of one of the stars, the biggest, brightest star, who guides and looks after the other stars. One of the stars is called Pahutakawa, and they shepherd the spirits of those that have passed over the past year through the night sky on a waka, which is like a canoe. And so, for example, this time of year is a time to reflect on those that are gone and have passed and has left us in the year. There's a few of them that are like Waiata is to do with water. There's a few of them that are to do with the water, the land, food, and the ocean. And Matariki is also a time of the harvest. It signals the end of the harvest season and the start of a new harvest season. Basically the move like between the years. And it's also a time of food, and you would also come together for kaita. No, kai is food. You would eat kai. You would eat food. But there's a specific name for like the celebration of food at a gathering. Sorry, I'm having a mind blank on that name. But yeah, so food is a big part of the culture at this time of year. And so you would all come together at the pa, and you would have like a big gathering and eat food and celebrate. And it's a time of being thankful for what is growing over the year. And it's also, there's a saying about like if the stars are really, really clear on Matariki, that's a signal for a prosperous new year coming forward, like a prosperous new growing season. So it's going to be a good growing season. So yeah, it's This is why we say it's Māori New Year, because it is New Year, and it is an easy way to kind of explain it, but it's a little bit more than just New Year's. There's a lot of tradition that goes into it, so, and it's really cool now that it is recognised as a public holiday in Aotearoa, because it is such an important holiday, so, yeah. No, I'm happy to. I actually do have a Matariki colouring book, and I think I can grab it without bending. It's not on my bottom shelf, so should be able to grab it. But yeah, I was planning on colouring in that at some stage. I thought about colouring it on stream, because I normally do a Matariki stream. There's a leaf that I forgot, but I have enough colour on my brush I can do it. But I'll grab out that colouring book in a moment, and I can show you some of the representations of the deities, and we can... It's quite interesting. I find it interesting anyway. Oh. Oof, moving slow. Distractions, but appropriate distractions. So this is technically meant to be a kid's colouring book, but I think it's a brilliant colouring book, so I have it anyway. This is actually a gift from a friend of mine, and I still love it. Alright. That gives me a chance to just put that to the side to dry as well. So yes, the Matariki colouring book. This one is by Isabel Joy Te Araho White. So yeah. So you can see there's a lot of focus on stars in this, because of course Matariki, behold the wonder of Matariki. So in the beginning, with the traditional lore, for Māori, Matariki began long ago when the gods, or Atua, ruled the earth. In the beginning, there was Rangi Nui and Papatua Nuku, who, and their many children, they are the gods of the sky and the earth. So this is like the mother and the father. And then, yeah, so sorry, I'm going to butcher this one. Mānawatia is the god of wind and weather, and he's one of the many children of Rangi and Papa, which is a shorter version of Rangi Nui and Papa Tua Nuku. And the stars of Matariki were named after him. So Matariki means little eyes, and he's the one that cast out the eyes and threw them into the sky, and that's created the star cluster Matariki. So Matariki is the brightest of the stars, and it's her job to keep the other stars in line. And we get some activities. So, and then, so we have Pahutakawa. So this is the one that I have coloured. So Pahutakawa, you might have heard me talking about the Pahutakawa flower, which is also a very common flower tree here in New Zealand. It blossoms around Christmas time. So we often call it a Aotearoa Christmas tree. It's beautiful red flowers. But yes, the star is also called Pahutakawa, and so her job is to guide the spirits of the dead across the night sky, as I said, in like a little waka. So this is the one that I have coloured in. And yeah, there's a really lovely drawing of a Pahutakawa. Yeah, so this is just another god, not one of the stars of the clusters, but Hineti Iwa, goddess of weaving and childbirth. Rongo Matani, god of kumara and cultivated food. So kumara is like sweet potato. So here's another star. Tipu Awa Nuku, is the star of kai, or food, grown in the ground, like kumara. So you can see here she... sorry. Right, are we still working? We are. Shadow bumped my microphone before, and I just realized he bumped my microphone, and it was sitting on the edge there. I'm so sorry about that. That probably jumped up very loud again. This is why I don't like him being on my desk, because he likes to always bump my microphone. And my microphone's not the most stable. Well done, Shy. Well done, Shy. We're just going through the Matariki colouring and activity book. I'm talking a little bit about Matariki. Yeah. So this is a representation of a Matariki, or a food garden. So all the different plants growing in the ground. And also representations of things that they would do, like having eel traps, because also, you know, getting food and stuff like that. Shadow shenanigans. Oh, it's cool. So you might have noticed in the background of the pictures too that there's a lot of these sort of patterns, and these patterns all have different representations, and so this actually goes through it here. This is a kowhaiwhai. So it is a scroll. It's often painted on the rafters of a whare, or a house, a meeting house. And it's usually based around a kuru, which is a curled fern shoot. And these different meanings for each of the different patterns. So the book, like behind here, these just aren't just standard swirls. There's actual meaning behind a lot of these as well. So we have Mahuika, the goddess of fire. We have a recipe for kumara soup, because of course it's winter, it's root vegetables, stuff like that. Welcome back, Lucy. We're just doing a quick flip through of the Matariki colouring book and talking about Matariki. Huamia Tiki, the god of uncultivated food. So that is like mushrooms, berries, things that you might find foraging. There we have Tipuarangi, the star of food that exists above the ground, like birds and berries. So you can see here that, as well as the goddess, and then we've got the trees. Actually, should be a really pretty one to colour. And then we've got a couple of birds here. It looks like they're trying to represent tuis here, which are gorgeous, gorgeous birds. So, and they do love to forage for berries. So. And then we talk a little bit about kawakawa, which is a beautiful leaf here that is used for a lot of healing properties and traditional medicine here. And you can also make tea out of it. My cleaner just turned up and I just wished her a happy Matariki. And she's so surprised I knew. She's been explaining about how they send the spirits off to those who have died. Oh, I love that. I love that. I'm so glad. Yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time of year. I wish I knew more about it. I am still connecting with my whakapapa and my, which is my genealogy. My biological father is of Māori descent. I do not know my iwi or my tribe. I am still connecting a lot with my whakapapa, as I said, with my genealogy. With my Māori family, and just also my identity within the Māori culture. I was adopted by a Pākehā father. I was raised by a Pākehā mother. That means European, basically, or New Zealand European. So yeah, I identify primarily as Pākehā, although I do acknowledge that I do have Māori history. I just am still connecting a lot with it. So it is important to me. I am just still learning a lot about it. So yeah, I'm not the biggest expert in this. Yeah, so we have the two stars here. The star of salt water, such as oceans, and the star of fresh water, like rivers and lakes. So Waiata and Waiti. So Y is water. So yeah, it's an activity book. It is aimed for kids, so it does have little things that are more aimed for kids to do, but then it has these beautiful, beautiful drawings and stuff like that too. So we have Waipunarangi, the star of Ua, or rain. Hini Nui Tipo, goddess of night and death. So lots of different activities that you can do. And then we have Ururangi, the star of winds, harnessing winds and navigation. So you can see down the bottom here we have a few different waka or canoes. You may be familiar with waka if you've seen Moana. I love this one too. Hiwa I Te Rangi, the star that holds our hopes and dreams. And you can see a little New Zealand down the bottom there. So, I love, love, love her representation too. You mean Moana. Did I not say Moana? Did I say Moana? I don't know. My brain is also tired. You seen a few photos in the photos of Koru in the Discord? Perfect. Yeah. It's even got how to make paper lanterns, which is really cute. And then what's really cool here is they have, I think I heard Mulana instead of Moana. My apologies, it could just be how I'm pronouncing things. I do need water. One of the cool things is Matariki, and then it's got the different stars and how it's named around the world, because they're Pleiades. Someone explain how to say this word. Pleiades, the Greek word for it. But it's known as Matariki for, of course, New Zealand, the Cook Islands, Matariki for Tahiti. They have just a guttural stop on the K. Aotearoa, of course, Matariki. Saburu in Japan. Makalai, I'm probably butchering that, for Hawaii. Makali, I'm butchering. But yeah, so that star cluster is known as different things around the world by different names, but it's the same cluster of stars. Yeah. So it's quite a neat little book. It's very cheap if you're in New Zealand, this book as well. Yeah, quite a fun little book, cute little colouring book. And so yeah, we might do some colouring in it later on if we go. Yeah. Yes, the haka is a very important part of rugby, and not just rugby, other sports cultures will do it too. So the haka was a traditional war dance that was done to when tribes were about to battle each other. So that's why there's a lot of the actual movements that are done also have a lot of symbolic meaning. Again, I don't know enough about it to actually sit here and talk about it, but I do know there's a lot of symbolic meaning in all those different movements. Who leads the chant is also, it's a very powerful role, and it means quite a lot as well. So, yeah. Yeah, I think the apostrophe is meant to be a bit of a guttural stop. Like a brief pause, sorry. Yeah. I mostly know about the haka because of Pokemon. That's okay. That's okay. Pokemon is wonderful. And the faces too. Yes, the faces. Right. We have a message from Chai as well showing some kuru. Open media link. So, open media link. So if you've never seen this beautiful fern, this is where the koro round swirl comes from. I think we go that one. We'll find out. Nope, not that one. We want that one. That one's a bit dark to see, but you can see the start of the swirl here. So that's where the koro comes from. You can see a bit more of the spiral there in this fern. And then this one here, you can see quite a clear distinction of the koro. But yeah, thank you for sharing those, Chai. They're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We have some very pretty nature here. I'll try to take some gorgeous photos of it. Right. That was a fun little deviation. But now, tie the hair back. And let's get some more colour on the page. Yeah, that haka in Parliament went pretty viral. And yeah, the wedding ones too. It's quite cool when you see it at weddings and all sorts of places. It's done all over the place. He's also kapa haka, which is song and dance, and these kapa haka competitions, and they're really quite neat to watch. I don't understand, of course, a lot of what the waiatas or the songs are, but they're really beautiful still to watch. Yeah, there's definitely some power in it. It's, yeah, one of those things where you're just watching it and it just, I don't know, it just connects. Again, you don't have to know the language to feel the connection. It's one of the reasons why I really enjoy international music. Like, I don't have to know the words, but you can feel that emotion coming through in the songs and the chants, and just the power that comes through it is just like, you sit there going, wow. And you don't need the words to feel what is being emoted. So, yeah. Sun and Moon have a line of Pokemon. They're Polynesian warrior dragons. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I may have new favorite Pokemon. I am also not up to date with my Pokemon knowledge, but that's cool. Right, what am I looking for? What am I even doing? I don't know anymore. I've pulled out Felt Green and I've got Ionian Green. I think that will work for doing the carrot tops. Chai, that's a wonderful rabbit hole to be going down, though. Nothing wrong with a bit of learning. Good to learn something every day. And I learn a lot while we live stream and chat. Happy Matariki to you all. Also, hello, I just started lurking, then I got to do a learn. No, that's all good. Is it Alex? But also, welcome to lurk, but welcome to chat, and lovely to have you here. Happy Matariki to you all. Or Mānawatia Matariki. Gosh, struggling over my words. I think I need more water. I feel very dehydrated. I've been talking a lot. We need some more water. Everybody make sure you hydrate. Words. Yes, Alex. Perfect. I like when I get names right first time. I have a lot of difficulty with words in general, so I do my best. But also, if I ever do pronounce names wrong, you are also always welcome to correct me, because names are important. And I do my best. But I also, as I said, struggle. Little bunny in your layout, so cute. Thank you. I did just buy a thing on Etsy where it came with lots of components and you could put it all together. So it came with like my little break screen, starting tune screen, ending screen, and then like lots of different frames and bits and pieces, so you could kind of build your own layout, but it was still all cohesive. So it was a very good pack. It's called Forever Strong. That sounds very familiar to me. Because I have an old grandma. I'm also going to grab a Weaver's Original, and that will help with the dry throat. Because I am an old grandma. With caramels. Okay. So we've got that green there. And I think I'm going to use that same combo of green. And just do that up here too. Because it's quite a nice combo. But it will also tie a few of the colours together. Because like we've got a bit of green. But we don't want, you know, 101 different greens. So we've used the same shades across all the greens to keep it cohesive. Right, there's possibly areas in this that I'm going to be missing again. And I won't know until I colour the flowers and then go, oh look, there's a section that I should have done green. I love the Māori name for genealogy as a field of study. Tai Ado Whenua. Yeah, I know Whenua means land. Yeah, it does. It's beautiful. I love how various parts of your screens are sectioned. It really helps me as a viewer for some reason. That's awesome. I'm glad it does. I wasn't going to colour because my hand is a bit sore, but I might play with my Neocolor 1 or 2s. It's soft enough for my hands, I won't complain. Yeah! That sounds like a wonderful plan, Lucy. Is this the page for the group? It is. It is the Neko page. The ice cream page. I'm actually doing it this month. So far behind in my own group, but we'll catch up eventually. Just realised I'm actually zoomed out a bit, and I was gonna, as I zoomed out to show the book, bring you back in a bit so you can see a bit more detail. I only seem to go down these rabbit holes off stream. I can never seem to do the rabbit hole thing other streamers do when live. I don't mean to go down rabbit holes, but I absolutely do go down rabbit holes while I'm live, but it's kind of a good thing in a way. I think it also depends, because like Chai, you play video games on stream, so it's a bit harder to go down rabbit holes, whereas like I'm sitting there colouring, so we can end up talking about a book, and I'm like, oh, I'll just go and pull out the book, and then we get distracted by the book. I mean, you do have little rabbit holes, because we do talk about rocks, and then you'll go and pick up rocks and show us the rocks, so like you were showing us your painted rocks the other day, so you do have little rabbit holes. I'm going to take the time you're doing and start mine too. Excellent. Yeah, it takes as long as it takes. Bring in a little bit more of this dark green. Just to help contrast a few areas a bit better. I'm just pulling it directly off the brush. Because while this is just a base layer, and we will go over things with pencils, if we can get more shading in directly with the Inktense, I have less work to do with the pencils. And I'm always a fan of less work. Or a tangent about birds in New Zealand, exactly. Yeah, I can see co-working being a good one to go down a tangent on, but also, because it's co-working, you're working, so, yeah. Oh, from memory, this tape doesn't stack. That tape also does not stack. Oh. I need more tapes that stack. Yeah, I think we'll use that one. I think that would actually be quite a sweet little pattern. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab out... I'm sure I've got dark mink in here somewhere. No, I don't. But I do have storm dust, and storm dust will also do the job. It's been so hot, I'm paranoid about my Neo 2s melting. They're not cheap. Yeah, I've heard some people having to put their oil pastels into the fridge because of the heat. Actually, where's my palette? So I'm just gonna use a palette just so I can like really water this color down, because I'm gonna just use it to add a bit of shading and shadow. So the shadow is going to be a bit darker than I would normally do, because it's going to be lightened out by the tape, but it's definitely a bit easier to do it this way. And I'll leave the collar. I think we'll make the collar a solid color. Well, maybe we'll do it. I'll shade it in anyway, just in case. Time to get my taxes done and then I can get some sleep. Heck yeah, Roslyn. Yeah, Alex. So it's not 100% Pokemon. It's inspired by Pokemon, but it's DMCA free music. I love it. It's one of my favorite playlists to play on stream. But yeah. Good night, Jeanette. So I hope you have some wonderful sleep. I think it's actually time to replace my blade in this because it's getting a bit gone. Come on, hands. Okay. Come on, righty-tighty. Okay. Left then it is. Alright, where's my tape? There's my tape. Remember, if you're chucking out a blade, don't just chuck it straight into a bag. It's very dangerous. Make sure you do wrap it up and keep the blade from hurting people. Violacious! Hello, hello! That was a D12 D12 Go one-shot last night. It was really fun. I almost died. But hey, it's not a good game if someone doesn't die, right? That's how it works. But no, I had a lot of fun in it, so yeah. For those that aren't aware, it is Kiwi RPG Week as well. Every year during Matariki, Kiwi RPG gets together and puts on a bunch of streams, actual play of TTRPGs, and lots of New Zealand creators step up. I was in a stream last night for a New Zealand system called D12 Go. It was a lot of fun. I believe today there's a panel of, I think it's illustrative artwork, and then there's another actual play tonight. Right, let me just find, bear with me, I'll shout out the channel. Don't autoplay, don't autoplay, don't autoplay, don't autoplay. Pause. Alright. For YouTube, there is a direct link coming. And then for Twitch, we can do the actual shout out version. So, Kimu Whakatau o Aotearoa, which means Kiwi RPG in Te Reo. There's a VOD on there if you'd like to watch me roleplay in a system with some other cool peeps from last night. There's also some other things if you've ever want to see some information about New Zealand tabletop roleplay. For example, Monster of the Week is a very popular system you might have heard of. It's designed by a Kiwi called Mike Sands. They interviewed him for a panel recently. I won Monster of the Week Roll20 kit, which is very cool because I was watching the panel. I believe today is either artwork and illustrations or Māori creators. One or the other. Could be both. I think it's artwork, and then tonight there is a roleplay game system, and then tomorrow there's a couple of them. I know Ruby, the wonderful Ruby, is in one of the games tomorrow. I'm not doing very good at promoting the schedule. This is why I have a dull head on one of my X-Acto knives since I lost the original cover. Smart. And we do like that. I'm learning so much here today. Most informative stream of the day. I love that, Ilex. I think it's important to share information, and I think streams are a wonderful place. I do love that most of the colouring community I have found does not gatekeep information, and if you want to ask something, you will more than likely find an answer if people know. Like, I learned by watching others and asking others, so I'm more than happy. Like, if you ask me something, I will do my best to explain it then and there. And I love that about the community. You sent food tax? Ooh. I appreciate that you've given me a pronunciation guide very, very much, Lucy. This is Brazilian chicken and cream-filled croquettes called Colchina. Colchina? Typically deep fried, but instead of frying, I baked in the air fryer. I'm probably still butchering that, but it looks delicious. It looks so tasty. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. Oh, nom, nom, nom. They look yummy. They really do. Okay, cool. We're good to go. Alright. Now we begin slowly and very carefully so we do not cut through the actual colouring page. Fun. Perfect pronounce. Thank you so much for putting a pronunciation guide. That's the only reason. Bit hard to see here what happens, so hopefully that's right. Nope. Here we go. That's fair enough, Lucy. Gotta stay safe. If you could be any Aotearoa bird for a day, which would you be? I think for me it'd be a tui. I do love tuis. They are so beautiful. I think it would be fun to be a kia. Just because they're like little shape stirrers. I think being a pukeko would also be funny. They're such funny birds. Fussy cutting is so fussy. Fussy cutting. So fussy. I love it. I love the effect of it. But boy, is it fussy sometimes. Tomorrow's the boyfriend's there and can reach it. Fantastic. Yes, we do want you to be safe. Must stay safe. It's a bit hard this area too, because I keep cutting it on the whisker lines, thinking that they're the actual clothing lines, but they're not. They're the lines to the whiskers. So I'm going to have to pull out a black fine liner and go over the whisker lines of the kitty. Oh, alright. Collar area. It's practically done. There's still one little bit there, but I'll get that bit later on. Because we've got to sleeve. Oh, I just like ripped it and didn't even think about the fact that I have to pattern match this. That was really silly of me. Maybe try and match up the pattern a bit, Amy. Don't just like rip a piece off because you're like, hey, it's fine. This pattern match. You can go back there. Alright, apologies, I know I get a bit quiet when I'm doing this. It's like I go into concentration mode. I don't mean to, but I also do end up in super concentration mode. Alright, sleeve. It looks so cute. Tape surgery, it is a bit like that. It's a lot of fussy cutting, but it does just make the cutest clothing. I love the effect of it, so. It's just, yeah, a bit of fussy cutting. That part's not always fun. Okay, that's not good. Where's my Mod Podge? Okay. That watching life-saving procedure requires the utmost concentration. Have you ever used a penknife? I have not. It might be a little easier on my hands, that's for sure. Alright, I want the tiniest amount of glue. Uh-oh, we have a cat. This is not the time for a cat to come on the desk. And I'll just seal down those edges. I don't know if you can see that there is a cat now trapped behind me. It possibly would be. I might have to look into it. No, you're not coming on the desk. You caused absolute chaos last time you came on the desk. Can you see? He's looking at it like, but I go there. I go there. No. You're not coming back up here and causing chaos again. It's like, sneak. I sneak. I sneak. No, you're not coming on the desk. He's determined. No, you cannot be on my stomach. Oh, that wasn't good. That was not good. I don't know what you want. You've already had treats and you've drooled on the book. Oh my gosh, cat. Oh, you drooled directly on ink tints as well. So now we have a green smudge on our tomato. Luckily it's tomatoes. They can have a green smudge. Problem child. Eh? You're absolute problem child. You don't know what you want. You can't have more treats. You've already had your treats. I'm not going to bed. You know you can go to bed without me. You do not need me to go to bed. Betty wants that paint water. But I heard that order for chaos. No. Why is he not allowed on the desk tonight? Because before he knocked over my microphone multiple times, he knocked over the camera multiple times, and he keeps on trying to drink the paint water that is full of ink tints. So, yeah, he's not meant to be on the desk. Shadow Nanigans is a very accurate term for what he was up to last time he was on the desk. He's already had his treats, so he's not allowed. He's not allowed treats. Yeah. Nope. And there goes the camera. You want down? You can go down. Please go down. I also can't lift him at the moment as well, which is the hard part. So I can't just lift him off the desk or out of the way of trouble because he's too heavy. So we're now stuck until he decides to leave the desk. His cute headbutting you is so cute. Stardust! Hello, hello. I do love him. He's just a pain in the butt. He's currently rubbing against the microphone. Oh. See, this is what I mean about him knocking over the camera. Go to the corner and think about your actions, right? Go to your bed in the lounge and think about your actions. Pull out a paper ball and throw it, he'll get off. He might do, actually. He does like chasing paper. You in play mode? It's not even interested. There's not enough room on the desk for you to play up here. Where'd you knock it to? Look, you knocked it on the floor. You have to go and get it off the floor. Now he's just knocking things to the floor. Look, you want it? You want it? You want it? You have to go on the floor to get it now. Nah. I did end up finding a few packets of a new type of treat that he likes. These ones have catnip in them. So I picked up like 3 extra bags of those. So he has got a few bags of them at the moment. But he's already had his treats today, so he's not getting any more treats. He's just being a poop. And I need you to get off the desk, and I can't lift you off the desk. Oh, oh, oh. We might be. He's giving up. He's going. He's going to knock the camera on its way. We're free. Okay. We're free. Where did that one come out of? No. Yeah. Bye, kitty. We are free. Love him. Pain in the butt. He drooled on the tomato. He freaking drooled on my tomato. Oh well, at least he gave me a chance to a little bit of glue to dry for where the tape lifted. So, I guess that's something. I guess he knew that we needed a little bit of a break. And so he came in here to be like, nah, I'm going to force you to have a break. Alright. Hello, Nessa. Hello, hello, lovely. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Okay, cool. So that's all the little areas up the top done. I love using washi tape for dresses. It just looks so pretty. I think I just heard Mum yelling at Shadow too. He probably wanted to go outside. That might have been what he was doing. Should probably stretch at some point. It has been 2 hours. Right, is that a big enough piece to fit, or did it just happen to break? Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a bit fiddly, but I hope you can see how the dress is kind of coming together now. How it's just made a beautiful fabric pattern. And we still have like a little bit of, we'll go back over lines and stuff like that and clean things up a bit, but yeah. Almost lunchtime there, right? Yep, it's about 11:30, so you are correct. It's an amazing technique to learn, I think. It really changes the page to a more interesting one. Yeah, and as long as you're careful, so you can see I have gone through the page a little bit, but luckily the next page is just like a title page, so it's not the end of the world. I can cover it up. Yeah, it's a bit like my blade is almost too sharp because it's brand new. So yeah, you just got to be careful with the cutting really, but I think it's worthwhile. And if worst comes to worst, I'll just take a photocopy and then put it back over top of that. If I really slice through. Like, there's always a solution. Yay! One more section to go. I love when I can match right up. Makes it so much easier. Have you seen the X-Acto knives? They're like pens. Yeah, Violacious was just mentioning them before. I think I need to look and getting one of them. Because I'm just using like an X-Acto at the moment. But yeah, it might be the way to go. That is true. That is very true, Evelyn. Also, kia ora, welcome in. It's a good excuse to buy all the washi tape. Yeah. Oh, I could do with more washi tape. I do actually. Like, I need to find more little pattern ones that work for clothes. I've used this tape so much. I love it though. This particular one is like one of my go-to for clothes. It just makes a very good oh no. Okay, we're going to be getting out more Mod Podge. There we go. So I do use a little bit of Mod Podge matte to help stick down any edges that might not be sticking, or just be careful if you are using it, because if it's like on top of something, you can't really work on top of it with pencil, so use it very sparingly, or wait to the end. There's our dress. Done with washi tape. A bright, summery, floral. Perfect kind of summer dress, I reckon. I just saw Jess do this on the stream to make a tablecloth. I always thought there was some magical way people were doing this. I never knew it was just cutting away with a knife. There's a couple of ways to do it. So another way that I sometimes do it is also taking a photocopy and then using that like a stencil. I have also, if it's been a really difficult fiddly piece, or I'm using a tape which I can't see through. So for example, I'm working on some original character art at the moment. So this here, so this is still very much in progress, but you can see I'm using a bit of tape to do decoration like embroidery, and to do, I haven't glued it down yet, so, but to do the waistcoat with all the folds. But to do this little corset waistcoat, this blue tape is too dark for me to see through, to see the lines. So what I did was I actually used some baking paper and I traced out my shape on baking paper. And then I laid the tape on top of the baking paper and I could see through it because the baking paper was sheer. And so I used that to cut my pieces out, and then glue. I could remove the baking paper like it was a sticker and just stick this down like it was a sticker. So that's another way to do it too, is a photocopy, or baking paper's another one. You just have to be really careful with how you trace it. But that's a really good one if you're using a really dark colour. Like, I was actually thinking that maybe I might have just enough tape to do the tablecloths in this one, but I can't see through to do the tablecloth, so I'd have to either photocopy or trace the tablecloths, and then I could use that tape. Right. So we're going to grab our Sicilian yellow, and we're just going to do these flowers down here because I know they're yellow. And I'm not going to worry about putting another colour in there, because when I do the pencils, I'll just darken the centre of them. And I'm just really colouring around the centre anyway, so it might fade out a bit. So the point of now is to try and bring some colours into this. We want to make things a bit more brighter because we've got such dark stone. So we want to bring in bright colours. So like I know our chairs are going to be blue because I want to have like really eclectic furniture. You made spaghetti? Yum. Luke mode cook supper? All good. Yeah, I still got to figure out what I'm doing for lunch here. Honestly, I've got some potato chips, and I'm kind of just tempted to eat potato chips. I should really eat a more proper lunch in that, though. Also, I can't eat potato chips on stream, because it'll just be crunch, 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 crunch. We have a whole bunch of freezer meals, so I could just go and grab one of those. We had some people deliver some to us because of the surgery, which was very kind of them. So we've got a whole bunch of pre-made meals. So I should just grab one of those and heat that up. We might do that after I've done these flowers because I am actually feeling a little hungry and it might be a good time to take a little break because it has been over 2 hours. So it might be time to take a little stretch break, toilet break, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's cold here, so we want warm. It's such a cool way of doing it. I might just have to give it a go on my current page if I can find the right washi tape. I hope you do. I hope you do. It's very fun. Just, yeah, be careful cutting if you're cutting directly on the page. As I said, I have cut for a little bit, especially around here, around that sleeve. So there are a few cuts coming through, but it's okay. Again, it's on a title page, so I wasn't too worried. And most of her dress is on the part that I wouldn't colour anyway. I just colour that little edge piece, so yeah. Right. Okay. We're gonna take a short little break here. I'm gonna see if I can find some food, but mostly I'm gonna go to the bathroom because I need to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to put you all on the Be Right Back screen. Just take a couple minutes. I encourage you all to do the same. If you need to hydrate, stretch, take your meds, do you need to get your washing out of the machine or put the dishwasher on or take the rubbish out to the bin? Is there something that you can do to make life easier for future you? So I'll just put you on the break screen for a couple minutes while I pop to the bathroom and maybe see about food. And I'll see you all shortly. I muted the wrong thing. I am so sorry. I muted the desktop audio instead of my microphone. Right. Right, I'll just put you all on the screen for a minute while I get myself situated. Have a cup of coffee and lunch. I just have to make sure I put a ton of pepper on this, but yeah. Alright. Okay. There's my pepper. There's my pepper. Frozen grapes are good. And the frozen pear thing sounds really good too. I love pears. I love pears so much. So juicy and delicious. Okay. Put that to the side. I'll keep face cam off just so you don't have to see me eat. As we figure out what we're doing next for this page. So, like I said, I think I want to do the chairs light blue. Sort of like a similar light blue to the eyes. Hot. I'm still not 100% sure what flavor ice cream we're doing either. But that can wait. I also think maybe I should bring the yellow in again and do her sash and like the edge of her apron in yellow. I think that could look quite cute. Like keep it a white apron but white and yellow. We're also going to have red and orange from the tomatoes and carrots that we need to bring in somewhere. So if we're doing the chairs blue, maybe we do the tables red. Maybe we do the ice cream stand red. No, it's very red. Well, no, because we've got the bricks. So I could do the tomato with the same red as the bricks. It's not a bad idea, actually. So this is why I kind of talk through things. You could do unicorn ice cream or maybe strawberry, though I'm still partial to mint and chocolate chips. Yeah, I'm still leaning towards mint and chocolate chip myself. It's okay, we can leave that one to the end anyway. We've got plenty of time to work that one out. The red thing is smart though. I just clicked on the red that I can use the red oxide and the matte brown of the bricks to do the tomatoes in here. Make some beautiful dark red tomatoes. Still have to bring orange in too, but that's okay. Right, I got tomatoes done. I might still consider red for the ice cream stand anyway. Again, like I said, I want to bring in lots of colour and make it real summery and vibrant and I'm off to go find some food. All good, Gianna. Have a good time. Good luck. The hunt for food is always very important. I feel so much better after the bathroom and a good stretch. Now, it's not always good to pause for so long, but I really do have to self-care. That's why I encourage you all to self-care too. Because we've got to look after ourselves, you know? Right, well, let's start with the blue of the chairs, because I know I want the blue chairs. So when we're stuck, we do what we know what we want to do. If that makes sense. Is that words? Where's my blue? There's my blue. So I want to use... Oh, let's put away our razor blade. Let's be smart and do that. So we've got iris blue. So we do need a darker blue for the shadow areas, but we don't want to go too dark blue. But we still want to have a bit of contrast. Where'd I even put my pencils? My gosh. Legit, where did I put the case? It's right here. I'm going... It's right there, Amy. Jeez. I'm going crazy, yo. Sometimes I do worry. Right, I want denim. That's what I've decided for our dark. I sign off on that. Get up, do some warm-ups and stretch arms and back before coming back down to colour some more. Exactly. It's why I do, like... I can do long streams, but it will involve me taking long breaks. I could just do a 2-hour stream and then stop. But, you know, as long as you guys don't mind me taking a 10-minute break to go to the bathroom and make food and then come back and eat food for a while on stream, I can stream for hours. Alright. Oh, maybe I should have done the seats another colour. I could do the top of the seats a different colour. Excellent, Chai. I see you got your washing on. That's what we like to see. Right, 2 chairs. 2 more to go. But bite of food first. Okay. And then I'm gonna take Sicilian yellow and tan. If we can reuse colours, we will. I think we're going to be using a bit of the tan when it also comes to the ice cream cones. But also still got to figure that part out. Because I don't normally eat ice cream cones because I'm not a fan of them. They kind of just taste like cardboard. So I'm going to have to Google some ice cream cone references. Ice cream sounds so good, but I'm going to settle for a glass of watermelon juice. That also sounds good, bye. It sounds delicious. Are you streaming again today, hun? Is it more Elden Ring? I presume right now you're at work, but later when you're free from the tentacles of responsibility. Alright, I want to more easily find colours, please. I'm going to pull a little bit of saddle brown just to do the really dark areas. Because again, if I can get a little bit more detail in with the ink tints, I have less pencil work to do. And the less pencil work, the better. I shouldn't, but maybe. It's an addiction. I've missed streaming. Of course, I couldn't last Friday. Originally, because I had an appointment. But then, said appointment turned to an ED visit, which turned into surgery. It was about this time a week ago that the hernia did pop. No, not the oral surgery. So I had surprise surgery last weekend. I was walking and my hernia flared up and I've been having a lot of pain from my hernia. So they decided to do the hernia repair for me. So that happened last Saturday, which is just about a week ago. The dental surgery is coming up at the end of this month on the 30th. So that one's still upcoming. It's okay. It's a lot of surgery. We're going to have at least the boys Friday night, niece's birthday Saturday, soccer game Sunday. Right now, I'm walking around breaking in new shoes. My goodness. You got a busy weekend upcoming, bye. Yeah, it's nice to be streaming again, Kim. I've missed it. But you can't also help sickness when these things happen, you know? I do my best, but sometimes things happen and we have to look after ourselves and our health. Ooh. Unicorn Star, kia ora, kia ora. Love working with watercolors. I'm working with ink tints at the moment, so they're light watercolors, but they're compressed ink instead of watercolor. That's the words I'm looking for. So I'm colouring in a colouring book right now. This is Neko's Story of Precious Cats. It's a gorgeous colouring book where we follow kitties that do people things, and I absolutely adore it. I'm working on a bit of a base layer right now, getting our colours sort of mapped out, and then I'll use some pencils to deepen up shadow and shading, stuff like that. But welcome in. It's lovely to have you here. Slowly but surely. I do really like the blue that we're doing for the chairs. I just think it's a fun pop. Again, to really start getting those bright, fun colours into the page. We need to get some pink into the page as well to bring in the pink that's on her dress. So I think we'll do the roses up the top here in pink at the very least. And then we'll have to bring in pink somewhere else. At least we've kind of brought the purple in from the toy, because the purple is also in the dress, so that's a more paler version, but yeah, at least that's echoed in a second place in a way. It was very summery. Yeah, that's the idea. So, good to know. I just thought it would be fun. And it brings in another bright colour. Again, with that very dark stone ground. Like, I knew it looked dark when we first did it. But it's like, just wait till we get the colour in. And I think now with the pop of blue, it's already making that stone ground look lighter. And like with our dress and stuff like that. Like, it's already feeling more summery and bright. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, stretchy stretch. Ooh. Oh, tummy. Tummy. Not quite due painkillers yet. Still got another hour. Okay. So when you're not sure what to colour, colour what you do know. I know that the carrot is orange, so let's figure out an orange. Pink will do. Tangerine, which is ridiculously not the right colour, but if we mix it with our yellow Sicilian that we've already done on the page, I think then we'll get the right colour. Okay, orange. Makes me think of an old Parisian cafe, kind of what I'm aiming for, so that's awesome to hear. Thank you, Stardust. Were the stones already there, or did you create the stone? So if you can see the line work here, the line work of the stones was there, but the texture was created by using the ink tints. And that's just by scribbling in different colours and then activating it by going ... and it creates that stony sort of texture without having to do a lot of work. It's just activating it by going . Right, one orange carrot. Now, we do technically have a little bit of pink already pulled out because we have the little bit of pink in the ears of the cat. So we know carmine pink is our pink. So and I think if I use any colour to shade it, it's going to overpower it. So I think I'm just going to do the same thing I did with the yellow flowers and just colour up here with the carmine pink and then just fade it out, and then we'll use pencils to add in a bit more detail as well. Make some nice pink flowers up the top here. Ooh. Hello, hello, Wilted Flower and Co. Kia ora, kia ora. Welcome in, Raiders. Let me just finish off this and then I'll organise a shout out for you. Alright, put that to the side. Hello, Raiders. I'm not even in the right screen. I just realised my face cam's not on yet. I turned it off because I was just having lunch. Let me go to the right screen and then you can all see me. Kia ora. Now you can see me down here. Hi. Welcome, Raiders. If you're in the Twitch chat and you've got a little heart up there for Wilted Flower, they are a gorgeous colorist here on Twitch as well. They work primarily with ink pens, like fountain pens. That's the words I'm looking for. And they work with ink and they do colouring that is absolutely gorgeous. Wilted Flower, if you have any art texture you'd like to show us, please let me know. But for everyone that's rated in, kia ora, my name is Amy. I am a colourist based in Aotearoa, New Zealand. And I also like colouring a lot. We're working in a colouring book called Story of Precious Cats with ink tints at the moment, and we use a bit of washi tape to do the dress as well. A wonderful Mānawatia Atatami. Oh god, I butchered that. Mānawatia Matariki to you all. It's Matariki, which is Māori New Year here in Aotearoa. So I wish you a wonderful day. If you want to just lurk in the background and just chill, we're a wonderful chill space and you're welcome to do that. If you want to chat away, chat away. We try to keep things cozy, cute, and keep this glittery little bubble safety space on the internet. So Feel free to chat away. If you need to raid and fade and do some self-care post-stream, same to you, Wilted, as well. If you need to do some post-stream self-care, please feel free to as well. But know that your community is safe and you're welcome here. Text in the Discord? Fantastic. That's what we like to hear. Text. Oh, that's gorgeous. Let me just resize that to fit a bit better in the window. Fantastic. So this is what Wilted Flower was up to on their stream. It is gorgeous. It looks like there might be a little bit of glitteriness in amongst here too, possibly. Maybe glittery inks. I love the colours that you've chosen. Always. See, this is why we meld. Glitter. Always glitter. We also love glitter here too. Always glitter. They were a viewer choice. Fantastic. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. Well done. Very psychedelic looking it is, isn't it? I love how trippy they are, but they're also like organized trippiness, if that makes sense. Like it doesn't feel too chaotically overwhelming. They're very harmonious despite the chaos. It's a good choice. It's a beautiful job. We can zoom. Whoops. Let me reset that. There we go. We can zoom right in here now. So you can see a bit more of like that. You can see a little bit of the glitter texture in there with the inks. Absolutely stunning. Thank you so much for sharing, Wilted. Appreciate that. Also, for anyone that's new here that's not aware, we dual stream on both Twitch and YouTube. So you may occasionally hear me talking to somebody and you're like, I don't know whether I'm not seeing that. The chat directly above me on the screen will have chat combined from both platforms, so you can say hi across the internet, but it's just so people can be wherever they're comfy being. Okay, so I just finished putting some colour down on the flowers up the top here, so let's get those activated. Our pink little roses up here. And then we can start trying to figure out a couple more colours. I'm wondering if maybe I pull out another washi tape for the little diaper of the black kitty, of Cheeto, the little baby brother. I do love her washi tape dress. What would I pull out for his diaper? Think about that. In the meantime, we can do the folds of her apron because we know her apron's going to be white to go with that yellow. So I've got a little bit of grey on here that I can just water down. And use that just to shade a bit on here. There's enough puzzles for a tire brain today. I had to get up and do a big stretch. Yes. A big stretch is always a good idea as well. It has been a while. In fact, it's been an hour since I last told you all to stretch. So it might be a reminder for everybody. Is it time to do a stretch? I just did a big stretch before. So make sure that you do a big stretch. I'll do another one because I'm about to yawn. Oh, no, not like that. Oh, that hurts my stitches. Not like that. Not like that. Hope we're all doing well out there. I know a lot of you are lurking away as you do your work or do your colouring or do what you need to do, so hope it's going well. Fingers, wonderful blending tools sometimes. Sound asleep, kia ora. It's been a long time. It has been. I'm doing really well, thank you. I did have a surprise op a week ago. I had an operation for a hernia that flared up, so we're just taking it slow and careful today, but other than that, we're doing really well. How are you going, lovely? You're colouring Maria Trail, Shooting Star, The Village on the Hill page. That's a lovely page, Lucy, and a good choice. I don't know if you can see any shading I did on the apron, but I promise that there's shading on the apron. Oh, right. Colours. It is cold, it really is. There's a reason I am in blanket hoodies and blankies and... yeah, it's cold. Winter is so butts. No, winter the person. Winter the person is lovely. Winter the season is butts. Okay, so... oh... I'm not just like standing here twiddling my thumbs, I am actually thinking. Oh, sorry. If you haven't gathered, I'm a little tired. I've also just realised I've missed a stone entirely. We can do that anytime. That's easy to catch up on. Because again, all my colours are still pulled out, so it's not a problem. I'm actually sitting here feeling myself drift off to sleep, to be honest, which might be a sign that I have to end stream as much as I don't want to. I feel very, very tired all of a sudden, but I might be able to push through. I'm just struggling with colours now, eh? That's part of the reason why I'm just like sitting here staring. It's like, what colours do I do? The only thing I can think of, oh goodness me, is maybe doing purple for the ice cream stand. Yeah. You're still recovering. I am still recovering, technically. Yeah, no, it's easy enough for a stone to get us. The stone definitely get away. Coffee time. I'm technically drinking coffee, but I live on decaf, so coffee wouldn't make a difference. Yeah. My stomach is hurting a little bit today, so I might have to actually take a listen to my body and call it there. We did make a lot of progress on the page, which is wonderful. Like, we got all of the brick, the plants up there, the plants around here, the fruit, the bits in the basket, and her whole dress done. Like, I'm happy with that progress. It's a lot of progress, but yeah, I think the fact that I'm suddenly very, very shot and feeling a little bit of pain flare up is a sign to my body that I need to go and actually do some bed rest. We've been going for 3 hours. I think that's a pretty successful stream for me, considering the time. But yeah, I hate to rate to end because there's so many of you here and we're having such a good time, and I wanted to keep going all day and do an all day stream, but body is saying nope. I mean, hey, if worst comes to worst, maybe later on I'll come back and stream again if I feel up to it. Is there anyone on? Should we actually do a raid on Twitch? I don't normally raid. I'm not going to hang around on anyone anyway, so... Yeah, no, I'm just going to end it here. I need to go to bed. I can feel it. It's a great first stream back. Yeah, it's a good time back. It's a good amount, I think, for post-op, and we'll go again live another time. I will aim again for next Friday at the very least. But yeah, I think I'll just end it here and call it for the day, because I'm just feeling everything plummet. It's very likely that I'm about to go and have a chronic fatigue nap, which, if you've never felt a chronic fatigue crash, they are wild, so I think that's what's hitting as well. Yeah, but in the meantime, all the araha to you all. Take care, enjoy this wonderful Matariki day, tell somebody important in your life that they are important to your life, because it's always wonderful to be reminded of that. Yeah, take care of yourself, and I will catch you whenever I next catch you. Thank you so much for being here. Tēnā koutou. Bye. Where's my ending screen? I can see my ending screen, right? Oh, things are getting hard.